Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this baby summer hat. Now this hat I have done for a 0 to 3 month old baby, and the pattern sequence that I have followed for this hat is a checkerboard stitch. In checkerboard stitch, as you can see, there are lots of gaps. So this cap will be very comfortable for the baby, especially during summer times. Now in this tutorial, we are going to crochet the same hat, but we'll be doing this for a 12 to 18 months old child. So let's see what all materials do we need for this hat. Here I've taken this 4 mm crochet hook, scissors, a measuring tape, and these are the two colors that we'll be using to make this hat. For the main portion of the hat, I'll be using this sea green color, and for making the ruffles as well as the flower, we'll be using this white color yarn. Now here I'm already done with the flat circle. Since we are doing this hat for a 12 to 18 month old child, so the flat circle should measure about 5.5 inches. Now in case if you want to do this hat for baby in other age groups, then you can just refer to the flat circle tutorial which is there in our channel, and you can crochet the flat circle accordingly, and then you can continue with this tutorial in order to make the hat. One more important thing is that the number of double crochets for the last row of our flat circle should be a multiple of 3. In this last row, I have 84 double crochets. Now, since for the flat circle, we always begin with 12 double crochets. So, no matter for what age group you are doing this hat, the last row of the flat circle will always have the double crochets, which will be multiple of 3. So, for doing the first row of our pattern stitch, first work one chain and work one double crochet into the first 4 stitches. So starting from the first stitch, this is the second one, third, and this is the fourth. So here I have worked 4 double crochets. Now work 2 chains and skip the next 2 double crochets and work 1 double crochet into the third stitch, and again we need to work 3 more double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So here I have done with my 4 double crochets. Again work 2 chains and skip the next 2 stitches and work 1 double crochet into the third stitch. So this is how the pattern repeats. First we will be making 4 double crochets into the first 4 stitches, then work 2 chains and skip the next 2 double crochets and work 4 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So you just continue working like this till you reach the end of the round. So here I have come to the end of the first row of our pattern stitch, where I have worked 2 chains and skipped the last 2 double crochets and worked a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet work. Now for the second round, work 1 chain and turn your work, and the sequence for this round is to work 1 double crochet into the same stitch where we had slip stitch, and into the chain 2 space work 2 double crochet, and over here we have this 4 double crochet set. So we'll be working 1 double crochet on top of the first double crochet. Now again work 2 chains, skip the next 2 double crochet and work 1 double crochet into the last double crochet of the 4 double crochet set. Again we have the chain 2 space, work 2 double crochet into the chain 2 space and work 1 double crochet on top of the first double crochet of the 4 double crochet set. So this is how this pattern repeats. I hope it's clear to you. Working 4 double crochets, then working 2 chains and skipping the 2 stitches, again working 4 double crochets in this manner as I explained before. So just continue working like this till the end of the round. So here I have come to the end of the second round of our hat. Now this is how our hat will look after we have done the second round of our pattern sequence. Now from here on, this pattern is basically a repeat of second round. Now since we are doing this hat for a 12 to 18 month old child, now let's look into the size chart for our hat measurements. Now as per the size chart, for a 1 to 2 year old child, the head circumference is 19 inches and the length of hat should be around 7 inches. So we need to work the second row n number of times till we reach the length of 7 inches. So we should measure from the top portion of the hat till the last row that we have worked, and it should measure 7 inches. In case if you are making this hat for the babies and other age groups, then you can just refer to this size chart and work the number of rows repetitively until you reach the length that I mentioned in the size chart for the particular age group. So for the third round, again work one chain and turn your work, and into the first stitch where we had slip stitch, work one double crochet, followed by 2 double crochet into the chain 2 space and 1 double crochet on top of the first double crochet. Again work 2 chains. So as I mentioned earlier, this is basically repeat of second round. So you just continue working like this until you reach the length of 7 inches. So here I have worked the pattern stitch rounds for our hat, and in total I have worked 11 rounds. So this measures about 7 inches as I mentioned earlier. So I have just slip stitch on top of the first double crochet work and cut my yarn. We'll be working on the brim part of the hat. So for doing the brim, I'll be using this white colored yarn. Now we'll be joining the white color yarn into the same stitch where we had slip stitched. So for working the first round of the brim, we'll be doing 2 double crochets on top of each of the 4 double crochets. So here in all I have worked 8 double crochets. Now we have the chain 2 space. Now into this chain 2 space we will be working 4 double crochets. So this will be the pattern sequence for this round. Working 2 double crochets on top of each of the double crochets that we have worked, and into the chain 2 space we will be working 4 double crochets. So just continue working like this till the end of the round. So here I have done the first row of our brim. Now in total our brim consists of 4 rows. From the second row onwards, the sequence that we will be following is to work one chain and work 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. So we will not be increasing any stitches from here on. Just going through all the stitches, work 1 double crochet. So here I have done with the second round of the brim. Now I need to work 2 more rows for the brim, which is basically the repeat sequence of the second round, that is working 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. So it's very easy to do. Just work one chain and work 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. So once I'm done with the third and fourth round, I shall get back. So just continue working like this for 2 more rounds. Now the only change is that instead of making all the 4 rows with white colored yarn, I have made the last row with this green colored yarn. Now in case if you want this brim part to be more wider, then you can work 1 or 2 rows more so that you can get a broader brim. Now the last and final step would be to make this flower and sew it to our hat. Here I have already done with this flower. In our channel there is a tutorial regarding how to make this flower. So I shall give the link of the same above. you can just go through it and crochet this flower. So we will sew this flower in this manner. So I'll just sew it and get back to you. So here I've sewed the flower to the hat and also taken all the loose yarns on the inner part of our hat. So that finishes our tutorial for the baby hat. I hope you found this tutorial really very useful as well as interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.